This is Vessiah 40, the villain gamer on the channel where we talk mental health and play video games because why not? This is season 3, episode 13. I am joined by the beautiful IT J Charms OTVW. Yes, sir. All right, guys. Now, I we will be interviewing Trauma the villain, who is somebody who is, a hands-on member in the Only the Villain Wins group. He is also a recording artist that has dropped numerous mixtapes and projects. He is based out in Florida, but he's originally from here in Harlem. You guys are gonna get to know him a little bit. He is new to Twitch, kind of getting his bearings as it comes to the streaming world, but he's had a lot of experience when it comes down to doing things in music, and I kind of just wanted to get his opinion on being a musician as well as being a streamer and just overall tap in to his whole mental, like his thoughts on mental health. So we're gonna get him in here in a couple of seconds, and I hope you guys enjoy the interview. I think it's gonna overall be a good time. He's a good friend of mine, and I think it's gonna prove to be some good content. Let's get him in here, IT. Let's get him in. Let's get him in here. Welcome to the interview room. Welcome to the interview room.
Yeah.
I cannot. Remember, we muted it.
Oh, yeah. Oh. There we go.
Can you hear me? Yes. You over here making tacos or something? Okay. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm happy to have you here, my friend. It is good to see you.
Got Big Red OTVW in the building.
How you feeling today? Introduce yourself to everybody. Tell them how you feeling, man.
Can everyone hear Trauma?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, I don't think we can hear him. He's muted.
Hold on. We gotta unmute him. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. You muted on my end.
Trauma, make sure your mic is
Make
not
sure
muted.
your mic is not muted.
You can hear him through yours?
I can hear him perfectly fine.
Hold on.
Yeah. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold on. You guys hear him? I can hear him through mine, but I don't know if everybody can hear him. Give it a second. Can you hear him on your end? Is there something in Discord? Give us 1 second, guys. I'm sorry about that. It's weird, guys, because I'm telling you, I can hear him through my earpiece, but I can't. I don't know why. Technical difficulties. Listen, I thought I had this fixed yesterday. This is kind of why we had this issue.
I had to reschedule.
I'm trying to see what's going on real quick. Give me a second here.
I say, do you think? I want to say, would it be easier if I joined your party on PlayStation?
Oh wait, what?
No, I'm not on the PlayStation. Huh?
I hear him now.
All right. I think everything's.
Oh, you can hear me?
Trauma, say something real quick.
Say something.
Yes. Hello. Hello. I'm talking.
Oh, we can hear him now.
Oh, okay. Good. We can hear you now.
There we
Okay.
go.
All
That's
right.
what I'm
Test that
talking
now. You can introduce yourself to everyone, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I go by Trauma the Villain.
Introduce it one more time.
Yeah, I go by Trauma the Villain. I'm a recording artist. I was born and raised in Harlem. I lived all over the city. Circumstances had me move down to Florida, and that's where I am right now, working on music and continuing to grind
Yeah, we're
and
good.
to chase my dreams and chase my goals.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I'm happy to have you here, man. We're gonna,
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. This is dope. It's been a
Yes.
minute since we've been able to actually sit down and chop it up and get
Yeah,
shit
man.
together.
This is more like a. This is going to be like a personal interview. Kind of get the chance to highlight you as an artist, and also kind of get to the bread and butter of what I talk about here, which is mental health. Um,
Yes, I'm excited. This is dope.
how would you say that you feel before we even get into the stream of things and the whole interview of things? How would you say that you feel mentally?
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. It depends on the day. For the most part, I try to hold it together, but my mental health is it's been a little shaky lately. I've been dealing with a lot, so it's been real hard to maintain. But digging into my music more has like kind of helped me manage that.
So you would say music is your positive outlet and everything.
Oh yes, 100%. There has been times where I use video gaming for my like outlet for whenever I'm like in a mood or whatever. But for the most part, when I'm like down in the dumps, I turn to music. Whether it's I just start writing without a beat, or I just vibe out to music, or music has literally kept me on this mortal plane for real.
I got you. I understand that completely, man. Sometimes it's very important that we find something that we can mentally tack ourselves onto and actually find some positivity in. Because sometimes, we go through things and it's hard to get up sometimes. So I'm glad that you find something that allows you to push forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
The normal format of the way I ask the questions here is I'm going to ask you five personal questions, and then I'm going to ask you five mental health questions. So
All right, let's do it.
it's gonna be cool. We're gonna start with the personal, and then we're gonna move to the mental. All right.
Let's do it.
Question one, my guy. What do you hope to get out of Twitch?
Okay, so what I actually hope to get out of Twitch. Twitch is something I do on my spare time. I've had Twitch for a very long time, not to stream, but like just to watch other people for like certain games that I would think about getting because I would like to see how it played out. Like actual gameplay. Um, but for recently, the reason why I've been using Twitch so much for streaming is on occasion I see like there's a lot of other artists that use Twitch, and they've figured out a way to combine their music with their gaming, whether it's like they're playing their music while they're playing and then like that helps with their Spotify views and streams, or just it's just a way to communicate with other people that are interested in music and gaming at the same time, where it's happened only once, where someone was like, "Oh, you're a rapper, can you rap?" And I like rapped on stream, and then I got a follower from that, and that was pretty dope. So it's a way for me to like branch out and show that like I'm just not just a rapper. Like I like to play video games, and streaming is like an outlet for me to work on my music while enjoying playing a game. Because a lot, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in a lot of my music, I make a lot of video game references in like all of my bars. And playing video games and streaming kind of helps me do that, and watching other people stream, because then I'm able to see the kind of games they play, and then I can like learn new things and make comparisons to things that happen in video games to real life.
Okay. Okay. I had my homeboy Big Irk on here last week, and I was talking to him, and I asked him the same question. Me personally, I want to gain partnership out of this, although my overall idea and message is to just spread the thought of mental health. Kind of bring people from that judgment that they feel when they talk about mental health, and tell them that it's okay to discuss these things and kind of have these conversations, even if they make us feel uncomfortable. And I try to spread this message to as many people as I can in a positive space. So, this is a safe space. We don't really judge one another here. A lot of deep gems have been dropped on this channel
For sure.
since I started it a year ago. So, I'm happy. I like that answer. That's a good answer. I'm hoping to see you do a lot more with the music when it comes down to Twitch. Mama Ski in the building. Hola to
How
you.
you
I hope all is
doing?
well with you. Don't bring us no more cake, otherwise we are going to have to rob you.
Yeah, that was a lot. We did a lot. That cake is done.
Yes. Now we got my boy Trauma, the villain, in the building, guys. Yes, we have him here. We getting ready to ask him another question. I'm happy for everyone who's here to watch the interview. I appreciate you
Shout out to
guys so
everybody
much.
in the chat.
I am
Shout out to everybody in the
I
chat,
am
man.
so grateful. You guys know it's a Friday. I know how Twitch is on Friday, so I appreciate you guys for being here with me. Next question,
Definitely.
Trauma. What challenges have you experienced trying to be a streamer slash musician?
Oh man. Okay. I can't really say I've come across any trials as trying to be a streamer because it's just been recently over the last couple months that I've actually been trying to push on Twitch.
Hmm.
Um, I used to stream all the time. About a year or two ago, but I was streaming on Mixer, and that was when Mixer was with Microsoft. Um, I used to stream literally every day, but the only game I would stream was My Hero Academia One's Justice. And the title of the stream would be S ranks only. So I would play through the game and I wouldn't pass a level until I got an S rank on it. So I played that shit literally every day. And at one point, my average viewers on Mixer, I was getting 50 viewers a stream. Um, Whatever happened with Facebook and Mixer, it was no longer on Microsoft. So like that whole thing just backfired, and I kind of just like stopped streaming in general. Recently I got into it because, like I said before, I noticed there was a lot of people who do stream on Twitch, but they don't really play video games. I enjoy video games, but they do like promote their music on it, or like they'll go live on stream while they're like writing a song or in the studio. And I kind of got inspiration from some people that did that to think like, yo, maybe I should start doing that, go live on stream when I'm in the studio, or even if I'm just in the house and writing. I haven't gotten around to it because I have a really bad habit of getting distracted. And if I go and pull up Twitch and I go to set it up, instinct just happens. And I'm automatically running to play the game, and I'm like end up streaming something. With music, on the other hand, you ever feel like no matter what you do, you're always gonna have a target painted on your back? That's how I feel in music. I've had a lot of setbacks recently that made me question on whether or not I should even continue working on music. One of them was actually this was the most, like, you can see it now, like, and hear it in my voice. This was the most heartbreaking shit that ever happened to me. I had gotten picked for an audition to perform in a fall festival that's happening later on this year. When I went to the audition or whatever, before I went, like, I was talking to my girl, and I was just like, yo, I should do X, Y, and Z, because I feel like I need to do X, Y, and Z to get this done. And that's come with the show set, just come with just the instrumental, like little things like that. And I was second guessing myself on which songs to perform. And because when I hosted a Rough Riders event down here at Interscope Records down in Miami, I had performed a drill song that I had did, and it's called Denial.
Hmm.
And everyone loved it. And like, I guess maybe it was partly because of like most of the people that were at the event were probably people that were from New York that moved down to Florida. But I got a great reaction out of it. And I love drill music. I'm from New York. I love New York drill music. Like, I can't sit here and say I like any other state's drill music more than New York. I'm a straight New York drill person. I love that shit to death. I was like, at this event, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on the fact that I'm from New York, and I'm going to perform my New York song. My gut feeling told me not to do that. It told me to perform a completely different song. But I was like, nah, I'm going with it. I went, I did my little intro, I did my little spiel, well, I'm trying to villain, da 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 da. I don't normally do music like this, but I'm from New York, so I want to give you a taste of my New York drill music. And I performed the song. As I was performing in the bar, there was some people, they was getting sturdy. I was walking on stage. I was getting crazy. I looked out in the crowd, seen people getting crazy. I turned up even more. I performed. The dude was like, yo, that boy was rapping. He was spitting. They giving me compliments and shit. But after, he even mentioned, he was like, "Yo, he reminds me of like a young Eminem," and that was dope because then everyone was like, "Yeah, he does." And, I was hyped. After everyone else artists performed and everything, the two promoters, they're actually like known in the industry, like they're big name people. Um, Dude looked me right in my face as he was giving his closing speech, and like I'm like telling my girl, I'm like, "Yo, he's talking about me, like he's looking right at me." She's like, "Nah, he's not," and I'm like, "No, he is." Like when you can tell when someone makes direct eye contact with you and they say something. So first, him and the other dude were looking around the room, and then he locked eyes with me, and the first thing he said was, "Just because you come from a certain environment doesn't mean you need to pursue that environment. You can." He was like, "I used to move bricks. I used to be a gangbanger. I used to do this." And he was like, "I didn't start making real money until I decided to start like worshiping God and making gospel music and changing my entire da 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 da." And he's like, just don't let the environment you came from, dictate the music that you make." And he's just staring at me the whole time. And then like he said that, and like I had this gut wrenching pitfall feeling in my like I felt like my heart fell to my stomach and then out my ass. And I looked at my girl and I'm like, "Yo, he's talking about me." She's like, "Nah, he's not." And then they start announcing the people that didn't make it. And then they're like, "All right, and the last person, it was hard for us to pick, that's not making it to the next round is Trauma." And I'm just like, "Oh my God." Like, I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." So like I got up like fucking, regular, like nothing was bothering me. They was like, "Oh, plug yourself in." I went in, I was like, "I'm Trauma the Villain. You can find me on Instagram, Trauma the Villain." And I walked off. I went over to the guy after to talk to him, and he was like, "Yo, you're dope." He's like, "Your performance, your energy, everything." He's like, "But yo, just too much cursing, just too much violence, like too much killing." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then another dude came over and interrupted the conversation, trying to plug in his daughters. Like, "Yo, these are my kids. I managed them." Da, da, da. And I was just livid. And at that point, I was just like, "Yo, fuck this." Like, I just walked off. And then the promoter of the event was like, "Yo, Trauma, come here. Don't give up." And I was like, "I'll never give up." And I just walked off. I was pissed. And
Yeah.
then like, yo, ever since then, yeah, I'm like, I haven't even looked to perform at another place. Since then, I haven't felt the urge to the want to perform. I just locked myself in the house basically, and I've just been writing. Like I've been doing a lot of writing and just going over all my old music and new music. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, I knew if I would have went with a different song, things would have turned out differently because I'd have been the only person who went with like a love song type shit or something else. I just kept second guessing myself. And every single time that happens, I second guess myself and I go with the option that I'm like, yo, this is not it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I went into that contest with the wrong idea and the wrong headspace. Because before I even got there, and when I gave the guy my flash drive, I told Steph in the car right before we got out, I said, "You know what? I'm gonna perform Denial because it's my newest song. And worst case scenario, if I don't make it, at least I plugged in my single and they gonna listen to it." And I'm having a conversation with another dude during the intermission, and he told me the same thing. He's like, "Yeah, he went up there to perform a song that was his new single. Worst case scenario, he gets to plug it in, and it is what it is." Both of us didn't make it to the next round. But when they went to him and told him, they were just like, "Yo, like you didn't have like a really good performance or whatever." I was just basically told like the New York drill music was too much. Like we don't we don't really rock with that down here. Like that's not what we're looking for. They had other rappers up there talking about being drug dealers and all of that shit, but the moment I come up there with my New York drill, they was not feeling it at all. So I was just like, damn, like that's fucking heartbreaking. So I doubled down on being a New York artist, and now like the only beats and shit that I'm looking for are like New York style beats or like drill beats, because I'm gonna prove to them that I can do this by staying true to my fucking New York roots.
Got you, got you. Let me look at the chat a little bit. Just laying down. Yes, I'm happy that you here, bro. I love to see it too, man. I'm working. I'm working. We working. We working. K Pig in the building, my guy. Yeah, I appreciate you for popping in here. My guy Ari
That's
in the
no love.
building. Hope all is well with you. You guys are gonna see me interview my guy Lord Ari pretty soon. We work together, so that's going to be a good conversation and a good perspective coming out of where I actually work. Blackson in the building. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for popping in here. Yes, it's hard to be a New York artist out here in Florida for real. It definitely is.
Yeah, man. It is. It is definitely the. I can say the hardest part about being living down here in Florida was the very first time that I came down to Florida to perform music. Bro, the reactions I got were amazing. Like you remember this, Cal, when I basically booked my whole own tour, and I went to Atlanta, and I went to Florida, and I went to Miami, and I went to all of these places. Everywhere I went, they loved me. Like I started that. I'm gonna call it a tour. I started that tour with like 250 followers, and at the end of that, I was at like I was pushing 500 followers, and every state that I went to and performed, I gained about 100 followers from the venues that I went to. Um, After that, I just dug in deep, and you could vouch for this. I was performing every week, twice a week for 6 months straight. Whether it was I was going to battles that you guys came out with me, or just other open mics, or just other events. The showcase tour that y'all came out to me, my first big show, um, that we did. That was basically what took me off to the races, and since then I've just been trying to find spots to perform at, and just trying to just double down and just make sure that everything I'm doing is not for nothing.
I got you. I completely understand that, man. Never duck. Continue to dream, though. Don't let nobody, don't let one person deter you from what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
As a fact.
We're going to get to our third question. What would you say is your favorite part of Twitch?
Oh man, my favorite part of Twitch is the community, bro. Um, yeah, I can honestly say anytime I'm in a stream, whether it's Sleepy Boy Quispies or Wallaby Beatles or your stream or my boy Big Fella Cosplayer stream, it's always a good time. It's always a good time. You got people cracking jokes, you got people doing a good vibe. And my preference, my favorite stream to be a part of is your stream, because you have you mix it. You don't just do the gaming. You got the mental health, and it's like I said, it's just always a great time. People don't really come in there with negative energy, and maybe they do. I just personally haven't seen it my entire time on Twitch. I haven't seen like any people come in and do the trolling and none of that shit. Like I love the community on Twitch. I love how everyone is so willing to help each other out. A couple people gave me subscriptions to your channel. So like stuff like that. Like just little things like that go a long way. And I notice shit like that.
Got you. Let me look at the chat. Appreciate you, Irk, for the 25 bits, bro. Shout out to Big Irk, as Irk was on the last week as we did the interview. Shout out to the Irk squad. You already know. And yes, my guy, the community is the best part. It definitely is the best part of Twitch. The overall engagement and just getting to know people, and just vibe out and spread our energies. That's how I've managed to just build a community of good people that I can just have these conversations with and just transfer these kind of thoughts and energy. It's a good time. I can't even complain. I'm
Most
happy that
definitely.
you're finding your stride up here and getting to enjoy it and just become a part of something that I call making history. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
All right. Let's move on to the fourth question. I know this one is probably foreign to you, but I actually found out, later on down the line that you were actually accustomed with this app. But, I got to ask people who stream about this, because it's always something that I find curious, because I've found myself in a lot of different situations involving the app. What are your thoughts on Discord?
Bro, this is the most confusing app I've ever used in my fucking life. I love it. I love it. I love that you can make a server and invite people and have your community, and you can have all the different sections and all of that. I love how they have the video chat, the voice chat, all of it. To set up a whole server, though, and all of that shit confuses the fucking... I don't know nothing about setting up the stream. So when TJ Charms, when she sent me when you sent me the invite, and she was like helping me set up the Discord so we could do the test run, she's like directing me on what to do, and I'm just so like astounded by the layout and how everything look. I'm clicking, bro. I kid you not. I clicked through every single one of your tabs on your Discord server. Before I got to the bottom, I looked at everything, started reading some of the links, the posts, and all. I'm like, yo, this is a whole legitimate official community. Like this shit is dope as hell. And I was like, yo, the layout, and I told IT, I'm like, yo, this is fucking. I have not seen anyone's Twitch Discord server as set up as yours is. I know a bunch of friends that use Discord regularly, and their servers are bland and boring as hell. Like I don't even like. I'm a part of a few servers. I don't pay attention to none of them.
Now there are you got just laying down saying I had someone do my Discord.
I didn't know that you
yeah,
could get someone to do
Julian.
it.
I came up with the thought process of the channels and everything to put into the Discord. IT ultimately executed it. So you sound like me when I first started streaming. Somebody introduced me that I used to associate back in the day with when I did the first started streaming, not for the views. Actually, like showed me what Discord was because I wasn't really accustomed to it. So I was like, I got invited to my first Discord, which was called Support the Supporters. So when I was working in that, when I was involved in that Discord, you got a chance to kind of see what it is to be a part of a community in a sense. But my Discord is built off one. I've named it after people in my life. So my dad, my mom, my best friend who committed suicide, and my aunt. Those are fixtures in my life and things that people that ultimately play a part in my mental health and kind of play a part into my character and who I am today. I'm a little piece of all of them in one person. I'm always Vessiah. I'm always Calvin. It doesn't change that. I'm gonna be me. I'm always me, but I'm sprinkled on with a little bit of the energy from the people that I've happened to harness it from. You get what I'm saying? So
For sure.
I found a way to represent them, and that's what each channel in the Discord does. You have you have Holloway Boulevard, you have K Mel's Place, you have Angelica's Palace. You know what I'm saying? You have Maria's Way. You have a lot of different things, but they ultimately mean something in the Discord. This is something. My Discord is an extension away from us. You get what I'm saying? So we do mental health and video games there, and we do it here. My boy Julian, I manage it now, but I didn't know anything about it in the beginning.
It's confusing.
My guy, I didn't know anything about it either. Go ahead. Go ahead, real quick.
My bad, real quick. That's Julian from school.
Yes.
What up, bro?
Now, I didn't manage it at all either. IT had to show me how to do everything. Now, I know that's fun. That might sound crazy, but I consider myself more of a streamer and content creator. You get what I'm saying? And I like social media, but I don't like it at the same time because I feel like it can misconstrue people's opinions of you. And the guy that I present here is not the guy I am on social media sometimes. And sometimes I argue with people about different stupid things, and I don't want that to take away from what I do here because this is me genuinely. You get what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter what I say. And no, I'm not. And mind you, I'm not out here saying anything outlandish because that can bite you in the ass. But people still have that way of trying to get your reputation based off what they see you post or what they see you argue about or what your opinion is on something, and it's always stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really trying to get myself involved in another form of social media. When it came down to doing Twitch, I immediately thought of Twitter. Although Twitter was not something that I used in the beginning, I used it to manage what I do here. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my best friend. And then once I figured out that was that was actually more messy than Facebook and Instagram, I was like,
it's a lot going on with
damn, like I had to go to Discord with it. But all those social media sometimes can. We're gonna get into the one of the final questions when I ask you about about personal, that kind of like gets to that whole little side piece.
Yeah, because I got a lot to say about.
Oh, actually, it's the last question of the personal. How do you How do you mix being a musician with Twitch? That's the question I actually have for you.
Um,
For people
I
that
kind of
may not
touched.
know how to do it.
So for me, I have it in my bio on Twitch. And I stand by this. If I'm ever on stream and someone subscribes, I'll rap. I will rap on stream. Whether it's a freestyle, I'm rap about what I'm doing, or even if people in the chat just like type some words and I'm reading it and I try to figure something out real quick, I do something like that. So far, I've just been like on Twitch just to support other people, to support my brothers, to support you. There's a few other streamers that I support. They're all usually people that I know personally because I know streaming on Twitch is hard as hell. Like to get affiliate, and I know like I've been trying to hit affiliate for a very long time, but I haven't been able to like lock in the followers like that. So I figured before I actually dive into doing regular streaming, I figured if I support people and I'm like around more and I genuinely want to support these people, the love will be reciprocated and eventually it'll come back to me. So that's basically what I'm
Absolutely.
looking for.
Genuine bonds and genuine networking and genuine building is what the Twitch game is all about. I put a year into this, and you know what I'm saying. There's a new adventure with each day that I decide to hit the go live button. So you know what I'm saying. You get what you give out. That's what I say. That would be my word of
For
advice when
sure.
it comes down to this. You get what you give
Um,
out.
you're right. There's something I want to touch on real quick as
No
far as when
problem.
you was like the because you were like this is the like you are you 100%, like this is who you are, and like sometimes people get a misconstrued image of you and all of that other stuff. I'm actually in one of those situations right now where I go by Trauma the Villain. um I like to wear a mask. I got my little Joker mask I like to wear. I'm not gonna wear. I was thinking about wearing it like when I popped up on the stream, but that mask is hot. It's a very hot mask. Um, the so I decided to wear like my little trauma hat and my little hoodie. But I'm in a situation right now, and it's been happening a lot. And it seems to be like I've painted a target on my back or on my face or I don't know what, because since I moved down to Florida and when I was in New York, I was performing regularly and I was outside and I was actively outside and that got a lot of people's attention. And is all a bunch of a song battle league that I'm a part of, where we basically battle of songs, but they started switching over to like actual battle rap on like Twitter Spaces and all of that. And I just be lurking, and I'm always in the lives. I'm always in lives when battle rappers is arguing. I'm always in lives when the bloggers is talking. The bloggers fuck with me. They fuck with my music. Um, just me being in the vicinity, everybody, and it's been a few times. People keep taking shots at me, and people keep calling me out. And I tell them like, yo, I'm not a battle rapper, bro. Like, I know how to battle rap. I'm not a battle rapper. Like, this is not what I want to do. But I'm not gonna sit up here and rap over no beat and battle you like a battle. But you want the lyrical smoke and you want to take it to a verse. We could rap on the same verse. We could go song for song. I'll do it. I don't care who it is. I told this to my girl. I was like, I would battle Eminem on a fucking song if I had to. I don't care who it is. And because that's the mindset that I've had, I got people that are constantly taking me out of character because they see me and they're like, oh, he's just some little frail looking light skinned kid with long hair and he wears this fucking clown mask. Like, oh, I want to see what he's about. And there's been multiple occasions where someone has overstepped the boundary and they crossed the line from battle rap to street shit. And I'm personally like, I don't like talking about the shit that I've done, but like I don't want to take it there because I know how I could get. So I like to keep shit just straight music. But there's been situations where people say shit to me like, "Yo, drop your addy, I'll pull up on you right now." And I'm like, "Wait, you was just saying this is just music. Like, why are you taking this to the street? Like, I don't know you through a hole in the wall. You threatening me. You talking about you gonna pull out a gun. You gonna do this. You gonna do that. You telling people you can't wait till you catch me in public." And I'm just like, "Yo, like, where's this coming from?" But on Instagram lives and on Twitter and all of that, they sit and like, oh, it's just music. It's just music. So now everyone is looking at me like, yo, Trauma, what you gonna do? You gonna battle him? He wanna battle you. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna battle him. But you wanna go song for song? You wanna do this? We could do that. And dude got me upset and got me to the point where as soon as I got off the live, I went straight into the studio and I recorded 3 diss songs. Each one of them songs I did in 15 minutes flat. Like I pulled out my voice memos, I recorded them freestyling, and then I memorized them, and then I took them over to the iPad and GarageBand and just started recording. I put the 3 songs out. The songs haven't gotten a lot of attention on SoundCloud. They got like some views and whatnot. But whenever I'm like this and I'm putting out diss songs, whether it was back in the day when I did Dead Men Don't Speak because someone decided they wanted to start rap beef with me over Machine Gun Kelly and Eminem's beef. Like someone called me out about that because I was like, no one want to hear MGK and Eminem. I want to hear Joe Budden response. And then that whole thing happened. I think you remember this, Black, when I called you and you was like, yo, don't do it to him. And I was like, nah, I'm in the studio already. Like I'm here. I was like, I'm in the studio. I'm freestyling right now. I put the song out. And the moment I put the song out, all of my other music blew up. I started getting mad followers. Music video went out. Every time I'm out here and I'm like on this, like, yo, anybody can get it shit. Like, and I'm just putting out diss tracks. All my other music goes up. My newest song, Wanna Rap Right Now, is cracking 3,000 streams. I released it April 17th. It's almost to 3,000 streams. And that's strictly off of residual, I guess like a ripple effect, because people are like looking for my music now. And the dude that I'm dissing is like sliding in my DM every other day to the point that I restricted his messages and like, nigga, I don't want to talk to you. Like you fired me up. And now for this entire month, I just been throwing shots at him on social media and everyone is loving it. My streams is going up, but this shit is stressing me out. And my girl said something to me the other day that made me like reel it in a little bit. You had said something to me too, but what really clicked to me the most was like my girl was like, "Yo, you sound obsessed right now. Like, you sure you sure you good? Because you're listening to the 3 songs on repeat all day. You're not doing nothing but writing more diss tracks. You're not doing this. Like, I have so many projects and other stuff that I've been working on. I put that on hold. Like I had slated to release 2 EPs this month. They're not getting dropped this month. I completely and before I got taken out of character, I was like, yo, I'm not wasting my time with you. Like the last time I asked you to battle me, you ran away, you tucked your tail, and did that. Anytime I'm like, yo, battle me right now, dude runs away. This has been over a year coming that I've been arguing with this same dude that I don't know through a hole in the wall. But people that I know him, and they got like legitimate beef. Like their beef is street beef. But these is my people, and they see how he talks to me and talking about I'm gonna drop the addy or I'm gonna pull up on you. He lives down the block from my aunt. He don't know that I know where he lives. And when he was sitting there talking crazy to me, talking about, oh, I'll fuck you up, this, that, and the third, my boys and my people was hitting me up like, yo, we'll slide on him right now. I'm like, yo, I'm chilling. I'm in Florida. Like, I'm good now. Like it is what it is. Like, I don't care. But after a year of someone poking the bear, I'm just like, yo, I got time for this. Like, I'm going to make money off of you now. All that other stuff I was doing, that could wait. Because it's done. The songs are written. The songs are recorded. Some of them are mixed. Some of them are mastered. Some of them aren't. But I made time for this. So when I see the growth and the production that I'm getting from other stuff, when I want to be nothing but negative, it's a double-edged sword because now it's just like, yo, this is what people were telling me they don't want me to do. They don't want me to sit here and just be like another rapper that's just out here getting clout off of dissing people. And then I get residual ripple effects of my other music, but people not going to know me for the actual craft that I'm doing. I'm getting known now for the rapper that don't take shit from no one. And if you call me out or diss me, I'm going to fire back immediately. And now I got all these people trying to battle me and all these people are like, it's stressing me out. And it's just really making me like, yo, do I keep going to give them what they ask for? Or do I stop and then have them continuing to get at me?
I mean, all in all, you don't let anybody stop you from doing what you do or what you want to, get your name out there with. People gonna look at clout for what they look at it for, but and I would I wouldn't chase negative energy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
ultimately, anything that brings you negative energy and negative vibes, you should just exit stage left and kind of remove yourself from it. Use that as the battery to jumpstart you to do something, continue the positivity, which is producing musical content and getting your name out there. Haters is gonna be in the background. You always gonna have a hater. You're gonna have a hater when you're doing things wrong. You're gonna have a hater when you're doing things right. And you just got to continue to just do what you do. You get what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
You always as you reach different levels in your career, you're gonna see that there are different levels of haters. You know what I'm saying? Right now, this is the small time. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be big time. They're
Yeah,
gonna be bigger haters. You know what I'm saying? And the
yeah, for
one
sure.
thing about a hater is once haters group up together, they ultimately, just they don't know where to go with themselves. So don't let that energy ultimately group you into something you don't need to be involved in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
We're gonna
Especially
move,
because I'm gonna
of
be
course.
around.
We're gonna move on to our five mental health questions, my boy. Are you
Let's
ready
do
for
it.
this? Are you feeling? You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Guys, we have been 46 minutes into the stream. I am happy for everyone who stuck with your boy through these five first personal questions, but it's time to do the intro again. But this time we have our guest, so it will be a little bit more interesting. But so it is your boy Vessiah 40, the Villain Gamer. This is the channel where we talk mental health and play video games because why not? This is season 3, episode 13. I am joined by Trauma the Villain. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And the beautiful ITJ Charms OTVW in the building. We are here, guys. And this is the second interview. I am happy for everyone who has stuck with me through the journey. Now, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We still here.
Let's do it. Let's
Now,
do it.
first mental health question of the
Yeah.
stream, my friend. What do you think about mental health in general? Not your mental health, but what do you think about mental health?
I think mental health, aside from physical health, is the most important thing to the human body.
Okay. Has
I
mental.
feel.
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
all right. It's all good. It's all good. I feel like if you don't allow your mental health to like heal, and it can cause other things to happen in your life. It can like cause a ricochet effect and just cause like a downward spiral.
Okay. Definitely agree with you there. Very important that you take your mental health seriously. I say this during every stream and after, before and after. Mental health is pretty much our bread and butter, and if it isn't all the way stable, it will ultimately present us with problems. And sometimes we can deal with the problems easy, and sometimes when it's compounded with a bunch of issues mentally, it's a lot to get through. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Has mental health played a role in your Twitch platform?
Um, I can honestly say no, because I don't really have much of a Twitch platform right now. But I think that's something I might want to like not be like the forefront, or but I like touch on it and touch base on it whenever I do go live and people come in, because like I said, I think mental health is probably one of the most important things for the human body and mind.
Okay. Third question. What is your worst experience involving mental health?
Oh my god, this is a situation that still bothers me to this day. Um, I can honestly say I am scarred for life, and speaking to my therapist about it, my therapist didn't even know how to help me get through this. So this is something I'm still scarred for life. Like you, I used to work for a mental health facility. I don't think I should say the name, but I worked at a location in the Bronx, which was a mixed community, and basically it was a mixed community of people with mental disabilities and mental health issues, drug addicts, um, and then we had the regular people that got in because they were low income families. And there, I never thought being an overnight counselor would test my mental strength and fortitude, but some of those clients and some of not even the clients, just some of the regular people that they have no clinical diagnosis or nothing, and just some of the stuff that they did just had me like pulled through a loop. This situation in particular, though, I'm working an overnight shift. I think it was like 1 a.m. or something like that. I was working with my coworker Chris. We were playing Call of Duty, mobile and whatnot, and we got a phone call to the front desk, and it's just some lady screaming her heart out. And Chris had went and did the building patrol previously, so it was my turn to go patrol the building. And she's like, "Can you guys come quick, please? Like, he's not moving, he's not breathing. I don't know what's going on." And Chris is like, "What apartment? What apartment?" And she's like, 502, 502. Like, she's like screaming her eyes out. She's like screaming her heart out. She's like crying. And then I grab the walkie-talkie, I grab the radio, and I run upstairs. And when I get out the elevator, she's in the hallway. She's like, "Come quick, please. Come quick, please." So I run over to the apartment, and she's crying, she's screaming. She's like, "Please help, please help." The son was in the other room sleeping. I don't know how he slept through all of this. I walked into the room and seen a dead body on the bed, and I froze. I didn't hear nothing. It felt like I was underwater. I'm just staring at a body. I had nightmares for weeks about this shit. His face was like palish green. I didn't hear anything. And I had brought with me, I don't know why, but something told me to bring the drug overdose kit. And I brought it with me, and like I froze in the room. Like I was standing still. I didn't hear nothing. She's screaming. Everything just sounded like I was underwater. Everything went in slow motion, and then I heard, "Yo B, yo B, yo B," and then I snapped out of it. And then I hear Chris. He's like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, what's going on? You okay?" And I'm like, I snapped out. I'm like, "Yo, call the ambulance now." He's like, "Well," I'm like, "Yo, he's not breathing." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yo, just call the ambulance. He's not breathing." So I go and check his pulse. He has no pulse. His heart's not beating or nothing. I did CPR. I started doing the chest compressions. Once his I felt like his heartbeat came back. I did the drug overdose shit, and then he breathed, but he still like wasn't moving. And like I kept doing the compressions until he was like like he did that. Once he did that, I stopped doing it. His wife came over. She like started hitting his chest like, "Please wake up, please wake up." And then the ambulance came in, and they were like, "Yo, you're good. You saved him." And like they said that to me, and then I fell. I dropped on the floor, and I broke down. And then his family had showed up. I guess it was his mom and like his like little sisters or something. So they came over and they seen me sitting on the floor, and they were like, "Yo, are you okay? Like, what happened?" The ambulance is there, the police are there, the firefighters are there. Everyone came, and the guy wakes up and starts spazzing on the cops and the EMTs and everything. And he's just like, "Yo, get the fuck out of my house! What the fuck is wrong with y'all?" Spazzing. So like they're like, "Yo, you were just resuscitated, bro." He's like, "What the fuck you talking about?" "No, I wasn't." And he's just going off, like yelling at them. That they're telling him, like, "Yo, they'll forcibly take him out of there." And he was like, "I'll fight y'all and go to jail." Like, fuck that. So his wife is begging him. I'm sitting in the hallway hearing all of this. One of the EMTs comes to me. He was like, "Yo, you work here, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you please tell him what happened?" And I walked in there, and he was like, "Oh, yo, what happened?" And I'm like, "Yo, first things first, stop arguing." I said, "You're not staying in this building. You're going to the fucking hospital because you were dead." And he's like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dead. DEAD. You had no pulse. You weren't breathing. I did chest compressions and CPR on you for 3 minutes straight. The once your heartbeat came back and you had a slight breathing and you had a pulse, and I stopped. It took the ambulance 25 minutes to get here. I don't know how long you were dead. You were fucking dead. You're not staying here." Once I said that to him, they put him on the stretcher. He put the jacket over his head, and then he left. His wife starts like thanking me. She ends up leaving. The son wakes up. I go back downstairs, and I'm broken. Like I didn't know what to do. Even to this day, still thinking about that scenario. Just that shit mentally scarred me for life. And the craziest thing about that was, I learned CPR the day before. Went to CPR training and had to use it the very next day. I went to the drug overdose and CPR training the same exact day. Went to 2 different trainings in the same exact day. Little did I know, the very next day I was gonna have to do it. Filed the paperwork, put in the report. My boss finds out about it 6 months later, just randomly looking through incident reports and goes, "Wait, Brian, when did you resuscitate such and such in 502? Like, are you okay? What's going on?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. Like, I haven't been okay since then." And then she's like, "Wait, didn't anyone tell you like that you can go to like and get like some type of therapy?" And so I was like, "No, no one told me anything. They told me to go home. They didn't pay me for the rest of the shift. Like, it was just bad. It was just not okay. It was not a good it's not a good moment for me." And everyone is congratulating me. They're like, "Yo, you're a hero. You saved his life." And I'm just looking at them because they're all telling me I wouldn't have did that. I would have just called EMS and let them take care of it. And I'm just like, y'all would have let a man die like in front of his wife and kids. Like, yeah, are paid to help these people. You know how to do it. And they're just like, fuck that. I wouldn't do that. And then after seeing like all of the other staff say that, the only person that was like, yo, if anyone had to go up there, it had to be you, because none of us would have did it. Even my boy Chris was like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I would have been able to do it." He's like, "I would have walked in there and saw a dead body, I would have fainted." Like that shit scarred me for life.
No.
Like, I don't know how to come back from that.
I mean, that's a lot, man. I tell you, I probably said it to you before. The worst incident that I had at working at my job happened to me 6 years in. Walking in looking for my client and finding her dead body on the ground. That was a whole wild experience in itself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I don't even I didn't know what to expect, how we got there, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And I would
How
probably
did you deal with that?
huh? That was
How did you deal with that?
I okay, well, I was messed up for about a week because I would say that I would close my eyes and see her foot because that's kind of how I found her. Like I thought everything was good, and then I kind of turned the
Same
corner,
here.
and she was laying on the ground. So I basically just had to stop blaming myself for the situation because it came with a lot of guilt because she was an older lady. You know, my job is to case manage, and I felt like I didn't do what I was supposed to do for her, but she wasn't too forthcoming with information involving her personal health and physical condition. So it wasn't really much I could do. Once I took the blame off myself and kind of just, took the situation for what it was, which is, my job being its job, because it's not the first time someone's died while I've been working, but this is the first time I found a body. I just had to remember what it was, because if I piled on everybody that happened while I've been working here, I wouldn't be able to physically do my job. And it takes a certain kind of mental health and mental state to do the job. It's a lot. I manage the cases of more than 35 people a day, so it comes with a lot of energy. And on the
I
weekend,
commend you for that.
and on the weekends, I find myself, going from there and doing a bunch of working with clients in the residential setting, meaning that I go back to doing what I got promoted from, and working in the residence, helping with medication management and things like that. So it comes with a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I continue to do the job and build a brand that's ultimately going to lead me to my future job, which is hopefully parole or probation officer. All right.
Respect.
Let's move on
And
to the.
that's been your dream since we was little.
Absolutely. I ultimately hope it leads me to forensic psychology, but I want to start with my first job. You know what I'm saying? My first choice. Okay.
Respect.
Last two questions before I take us out of here. What would you
Do
say
it.
to anyone experiencing mental health issues?
Um, get help. Look for help. Look for an outlet. Look for a hobby. Look for something that can distract you from whatever it is that's eating at your mind. Don't sit and wallow in your sorrow and your depression and your mental anguish. I know from experience, from me doing that, it caused a rift in a lot of friendships. And if you don't mind, that lot of situations, we hadn't spoken for a very long time because of mental health situations on my end, and I just don't want that to affect anyone else in like their friendships, their family, their relationships. Like, make sure your mental health is good. Like that's something that once that shit is gone, it's like damn near impossible to get back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell everybody all the time. Make sure you take your mental health seriously. If your mental health isn't good, it affects you emotionally. It affects you physically, guys. All right. Has mental health? Final question before we take us out of here. Has mental health issues affected someone you love?
Yes. Um, mental health is I know I'm not gonna say too much on the situation. But I know in my family mental health, it goes a long way. Um, I had to find out the hard way. When I went to go see my therapist after my car accident and everything, that he feels like that I'm not emotionally and mentally stable because of like the car accident and all of the trauma and shit that I've been through, and that affected the relationships that I have with my family because my family basically not all of my family, I don't want to say that, but a lot of my family basically made it seem like I was faking my injuries, or like that I was faking going to see a therapist, that I was faking all these issues. And it basically made me like cut a lot of people off and just leave people like at arm's length. It's partly the reason why I packed up my shit and moved to Florida, because I was like, I need a fresh start. I need no one to know me. I want to be able to just be myself and not have no one question who I am or telling me that I'm a liar or this or that.
Okay. Okay. I understand that completely, man. Mental health issues definitely run through my family fluid. Our number one is schizophrenia, but I've been fortunate to skip over that. But it's definitely there, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you have
Yeah,
found an outlet or found something positive to take you through that and help you through, man.
sir.
Now,
Yeah, man.
before I get you out of here and I go to some Fall Guys and hopefully some crowns and some dubs. Talk to me. What do you tell everybody? What do you have planned?
All right, so boom, I gotta get my New York on real quick. All right, so what I got planned right now? Basically, I have this thing called the month of mayhem. It's a play on May, the month of May. Where I released a playlist of 3 songs. It's like I'm telling a story.
Hmm.
Um, but that's just minor. I didn't really put much time or thought or effort into those 3 songs.
Right.
Everything else that I'm working on, though, I've been crafting for months. I've been taking time on these songs. I'll write like 4 bars and then leave it and then come back to it again.
Hmm.
And I have 3 projects that I'm going to release. And I'm going to tell you guys about them. So the first project I have is an ode to OTVW. It's the funeral too. The very first mixtape that I did, you were very, very hands on, and when we released the very first project, um, we dropped it on Hot New Hip Hop, and it did great. The day that we released it, it got a whole bunch of downloads and everything. Then I uploaded it to datpiff.com. I'm working on that. It's more of like the darkish, like hardcore, gritty hip hop rap that you don't see a lot of nowadays. That's that project. It's almost done. I have a few more songs that need to be mixed. I'm waiting on a couple features. That's that. The next project that I have is titled "Want to Rap," and the single for that project is the song "Want to Rap." Now, "Want to Rap" is, in my opinion, is just a rapidy rap project. There's not gonna be like real like song concepts on that. It's just gonna be like real bar heavy, real lyrical, straight to the point EP. It's about 6 songs, and that's that. The
Okay.
main project though that I'm working on and that I'm like taking extreme care for, I haven't figured out a title for it yet. But basically, the project is designed and written for women, where all of the songs are gonna be a different play where I'm just putting myself in a situation that I haven't been in, but like if I was in this situation. So I have a song where it's called "She's Leaving," and that song is basically about like I wake up in the morning and the girl's gone. Like she's not in the room. My house is a mess. Like I got like makeup smeared on me, like shit like that. And then the only thing that she did was she left a little note that says "I see you soon." And then in the song I basically talk about like, yo, I don't know her name, like this girl, like yo, she's like, yo, I don't know nothing about her, but I want to know everything about her, like where is she? So that's that song. Then I have another song where I basically wrote this song in October about my girl. So like that song is basically like dedicated to her. And then I have a whole bunch of other songs where it's like I have another song where like I'm like hypnotized by like a girl at a club, like a stripper. I have another song where it's like for like flat out to say it's a straight up love song where it's just like it's not a song about any one particular person, but the way that I plan on like finishing the song could relate to anyone, and it's basically just like you talk about like a ride or die, and it's like what you expect from a ride or die. Now, for me, in my situation and what I'm doing, a lot of the inspiration of this project comes from the relationship that I had with my girl. Despite all of the fighting and the arguing and all of that, like me and my girl been together for 10 years, um, and a lot, it hasn't always been like sunshines and fucking rainbows, but for the most part, like shit it's been a journey, and to use her and our situations as inspiration for a whole project, I think like that is gonna be what's gonna be my key to like take me off to the races. Women buy music. Women are the number one purchasers of music, and I want to make sure that this project is like 100% solid. So I'm putting all of my time and effort into this project, and I want this one to be done by the end of the summer. Whether I got to record it myself or go to the studio, by the end of the summer, I want to have all three of these projects out.
Okay, respect, respect. We can't wait to see it, man. We can't wait to see it. We're gonna see you promoting in the Discord as well as on Twitter and everything like that. We'll be, sharing and retweeting as we can. So of course, man, that is
Appreciate it.
good to hear. It was good to have you here, man.
Yeah,
I'm so
it is
happy
an
we
honor, bro.
could have collaborated to do this. You coming from where you coming from, me coming from where I'm coming from, and we just evolving as people to just do our damn thing and just come together and make something happen here. So I'm happy that we were able to do that today, bro. It was
Yeah,
a
me
good
too.
chat and a good
I'm honored,
conversation.
bro.
I'm
I'm honored,
honored.
and
I'm
I and I
grateful.
and I,
I
I
appreciate it.
appreciate, and I'm both, bro. Both. I'm honored and I'm grateful. I really appreciate the playing my music on the opening of the stream, the little the promo, the plugging me in, like all of it, bro. I appreciate everything.
Of course, man. Of course. That's what we do here. We show support. Support is always free. People got to remember that.
Yes, sir.
it doesn't really change any of that. But it was good to have you here, man. I'm getting ready to play some Fall Guys. I'll probably throw you in there just for a couple games. But I'm gonna take a short intermission now and stretch my legs for a little bit. I'll return in 1 minute to make everything happen. So. Trauma, I will see you again, my friend. Thank you for
Yes,
having
sir.
me
Thank
as,
you for having me,
your
man.
interviewer. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that,
Yes,
man. And thank
sir.
you for being here on the Vessiah Show, my friend. We will do this. Definitely have you on as a guest in season 4, friend. So I'll see you again. All right.
Appreciate it.